All right, so before I dig into the detail and the training, I want to share with you a little bit about myself. As you know, it's hard to know who you're talking to on the other side of the computer. Now, I'm just a normal person, at least that's what I tell people anyways, right? Now, where I came from, this is a picture from way back, right? The picture on the left here, I was taken about in the mid-1970s in China. So I was born in China in a small village in southern China. And you see the little one there, right? We look pretty malnourished, right? All of us actually look pretty malnourished. That's me. Now, I don't remember much about my childhood, but I do remember every month or so my mom would bring home pieces of paper. Now, at that time, I never knew what they were. But so I come to find out they were meat vouchers, right? Now, you see, in China at that time, you cannot just buy meat whenever you want. The government only allow each family to buy a limited amount of meat each month, right? So basically it's a meat ration. So that's why, if you see most immigrants from China at that time, they're pretty skinny, right? They're pretty malnourished. Now, remember China back then, China was a pretty strict communist country, right? It was not the superpower as they are today. And believe me, those were tough times. But fortunately, we immigrated to the United States when I was around 7 years old. And we actually went back 30 years later to the same house, and it's actually still there, right? The village is still there, but most people already moved out, to the cities. The house is still in pretty good shape, right? We still own that house. Maybe in the future, if I go back and rebuild that whole village, we'll see. But most people have already moved out, like I said, right? So a lot of people are already abandoned the villages in China. Now, fast forward to today. This is my little family, right? There's currently 3 of us right now. Actually, as I record this video, there's another one coming, right? So pretty soon it's going to be 4 of us. So here's my wife and my daughter. Now, ever since my daughter was born, I pretty much spent almost every moment with her. Now, of course, I would never get to do this if I was working for someone else, right? Building someone else's business. Now, this is the benefit of having your own business. It allows you to do the things that you want, right? It allows you to spend time with people you love. Now, it also allows you the freedom to live the life in your own terms, right? Allow you to do the stuff that is important to you. I can't stress this enough, right? You cannot do this while working for someone else, right? You need to build your own business. All right, so I used to work in corporate America in San Francisco and the Silicon Valley. Now, in fact, most of the high-tech companies that today, like Google, Facebook, Intel, Apple, it was within a few minute drive away. So I see those buildings all the time. Now, most people ask me, how come didn't take pictures of in front of those buildings? And I was like, why would I? I could see it whenever I want, right? But I understand if you have never, seen those headquarters, those buildings, then you're pretty interested in that. But, people who live there don't usually go out and take pictures in front of the company headquarters. Now, I actually used to work for a company that was directly across from the YouTube headquarters, right? And I also have worked in a startup before. Now, if you see the picture on the right, that's the building of one of the offices that I used to work in. And if you look at there's a Bay Bridge there. This is in San Francisco, and just on the left here is the waterfront, right? So I can see the bay from the office. Now, San Francisco is a very beautiful city, right? If you haven't had a chance to visit there, make sure to put that in your list for a place to visit. All right, so I was also a corporate consultant for a few years before I got into the home business industry. Now, and my wife and I have built a 6-figure direct selling business before. Also, my wife and I have also built a 6-figure business using internet marketing, right? We stopped that business right now. So it's more of a physical product, but using internet marketing. Most of our business comes from Facebook marketing. Now, in fact, one of our Facebook business page has more than 300,000 fans, right? And we built that in about a 2 or 3 years period, okay? Now, I also made money in online affiliate marketing programs. And now, I'm not saying all this to brag. I just want you to know that, we have created successful businesses before, and we can share those knowledge with you and help you achieve your goals. All right, and one of our favorite things to do is traveling, visiting and living in different countries and experiencing different cultures. In fact, I have lived in 4 countries and a dozen cities around the world. I believe my wife has lived in 8 to 10 countries now, and she's been to a lot more places. So she's more of a world traveler than I am. Now, of course, we don't get to travel as much anymore when we have kids. But definitely, when our kids grows up, then we will instill that kind of that love in them too, right? It's nothing better than traveling with your family, right?